And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who's a patron, who supports us, who listens to the podcast, but in particular, the patrons at the producer tier. My dearest patrons. You know what I mean? I just love them so much.
Uh-huh.
They're always commenting on things that we post.
Mm-hmm.
They're always sharing.
Yeah.
It's very cool to have people who are so interested in what we're doing. Does that make sense?
That does make sense, yes.
I mean, we make this stuff for people, and I'm just glad that they're excited about it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that people enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. I was getting a little teary-eyed there, and Rachel's
You
like,
are.
yeah, people. Yeah, they listen. All right, Rachel, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cherish them as hard as I do.
Oh.
Rachel just kind of likes you. I think you guys are the best. You've always been my favorite. You know who I'm talking about. That's for everyone individually. Mm-hmm. All right, Rachel, you want to tell us who our sweet-ass patrons are?
Yeah, so we want to say thank you to our producer tier patrons. They are Rebecca, Mo Walker, Chris Deeds, Chris Sones, Christopher Hildebrand, The Minion Works, Breakmeister, Orient_Tiger, and Ario Teabaggin. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah, seriously, thank you to everyone out there, but in particular you. You know what I'm talking about. You're the only one that matters to me. I love that idea that everyone's just like, oh my god. Okay, no, but seriously, thank you guys. Mm-hmm. So Rachel had a pretty good idea.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. I can tell. As soon as you pitched it to me, I was like, that's the one.
Okay, good.
This is gonna be. I don't want to hype it up too much, but
well, if you hype it up too much, I'll just edit it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll hype it up just the right amount. This goes out to you. You know what? Okay. All right. Sorry, I needed to make a call back to that at the beginning of this so she can't clip it.
Right. Thanks.
All right.
So my idea for this intro, in the vein of what we were talking about, I think during our Franken intro a couple weeks ago. Right. Where we joked about how we were going to do a podcast where we review movies that neither of us have seen.
A fantastic idea.
Yes. So I wanted to do something like that, but I feel like you've definitely seen more movies and TV shows than I have.
Oh, for sure.
But
for sure.
I feel like I've read quite a few books, so yeah. I'm going to give you...
Probably way more than me, for sure.
I'm going to give you the title of the book.
Okay.
I want you to tell me if it's fiction or nonfiction and what it's about.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 1.
Okay. The Stranger in the Woods.
That is a fiction novel. And it is about a cookie elf who lives in a tree. He's not Keebler. He's a direct competitor of Keebler. His name's Lindsey Graham. And so in the woods, he meets another elf, and they fall in love.
Okay.
But the other elf is responsible for the Keebler Fudge Stripe Factory, and it's a rot romance. it's star-crossed at best, fudge-crossed at most.
So is this like a fantasy romance novel?
Well, it starts off like a romance novel, but Keebler, the cookie cartel, they get crazy, and it becomes sort of an action drama where they have to escape the forest. And that's what the title's in reference to, is that all love is amidst strangers at first.
Wow.
Is that right? Was I accurate? Did I hit it right on? Was it right?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Do you want me to tell you what?
I would like to know what it's about.
Okay.
Yes.
So The Stranger in the Woods is actually a nonfiction.
Oh, of course I got that wrong. It's 50-50. How could I not get it wrong?
It's about a man in Maine who basically lived in the woods near some summer camps for like 30 years and would just rob the camps and lived like in a little clutch of trees, like so close to these cabins that he could hear people during the day. And for like literally decades, he would just live in the woods and steal things from these local cabins.
That was pretty close.
Uh-huh.
There just needed to be another guy out in the woods that fell in love with that one. I think my story is better. I'm going to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
I think mine was better. Okay, next one. Let's do the next one.
Okay.
I'm getting warmed up.
All right.
Okay.
The Troop.
Troupe.
Troop.
Oh. The Troop. I think that is a fictional novel
Mm-hmm.
about Martian Marines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they go to Mars
Mhm.
to fight rocks. Because that's all they do. They go there to fight rocks and they win because rocks aren't hard to beat.
Okay.
It's actually a part of a three-part mini-series called The Troop, The Trial, The Tribulations. The first one's about when they first get there and they beat the rocks, and the second one is like, what are we going to do with all these rocks? That's the trial. So no, it's difficult. And then they have to try to sell the rocks back to Earth at profit.
Oh.
That's the third one. It's not as good as the other two. They fund it out.
So they can pay for their return trip back to Earth?
No, they like it there. They're going to stay.
Okay.
They're going to stay. They have a thriving rock market.
Okay.
Was I close?
It is
Drum
fiction.
roll. Please.
It is fiction. It's about a troop of Boy Scouts who go on a camping trip, and there's this sort of genetically engineered parasite that is like sort of starts to prey on them and take over their bodies. It's pretty gross.
You know what? All of my theories are comedically based, and all of yours are very creepy. What? Okay, I should aim more creepy. Okay.
Okay.
All right, third one. I got this one.
All
now
right.
I'm in fighting shape now.
Okay. The Man Who Loved Books Too Much.
Oh yeah, that's a true story actually. And it's about a man who's been arrested multiple times for fucking books in public.
In public?
And, in public libraries. He used to go to Borders, and he'd do this thing, this sexual position called the bookmark,
Oh no.
which is where you whip it out and put it between the book and then close it and put it back on the shelf. People used to get real mad at him about it, and they turned it into a Lifetime original movie. Yeah. It was called The White Pages. I know it was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 6-part miniseries. Yeah. So was I right?
It is nonfiction, and it is about a man who basically just steals rare books and keeps them because he loves books so much.
They never confirm whether or not he's having sex with the book.
It doesn't go into whether or not he does.
Yeah, they don't go into it, but he does, is what I'm saying. He fucks those books.
But
It's probably too graphic. You should check out the miniseries. It's pretty good. The beginning is weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but around episode 2, you really get invested. Yeah, is she gonna fall in love with a firefighter? Is that guy got to keep fucking these books? Paper cuts, are those a thing? Okay.
Wow.
So that was pretty close. I was pretty close on that one. I think it was loosely based on that novel miniseries. All right, we're on number 4 now?
Yeah, this is number 4.
100% completion rate so far. I'm super successful at all of these. They're all slam dunks. Next.
The Vegetarian.
That's... God, there's so many jokes I can make about this already. It's a true story about a person who wrote a book so that all their friends could know that they're a vegetarian. It's a recipe. They make a cookbook, and all the recipes are not as good as fried chicken, and then it's like not as good as steak, not as good as burritos, right? But they're all vegetarian versions of those things.
Oh, okay.
And it's called the Not As Good As Cooking book.
So this is a cookbook / the author wanted to tell their friends that they're vegetarian.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay. You are wrong. This is a fiction novel. I believe it's North Korean. Not North Korean. It's like a South Korean or...
It was a North Korean.
It's not North Korean.
Wow, that's a heavy book.
I want to say it's...
It has to be good, otherwise it wouldn't have been able to be released.
But it's about a woman who becomes a vegetarian, and then it's like a very surreal horror novel.
Would she get attacked by carrots? What? What? How's it horror? She becomes a vegetarian and can't eat meat anymore.
She
gasp.
No, like she becomes a vegetarian, and then she just shifts to just not eating altogether. And then there's like a bunch of weird things that start happening with her body.
Yeah, I can imagine. She's not eating anymore. I don't think they made a miniseries out of that one, but
No.
give Hulu some time.
All right. The next one is The Wasp Factory.
Oh man, that's a... Okay, it's a fiction novel.
Okay.
And it's about aliens. The wasps are alien cybernetic androids, right? They're these sort of like drones that they release out of an alien ship. They fly down to colonize planets by infecting all of the people on the planet with a serum that turns them into a de-evolved form of themselves. It like turns off their higher brain function and makes them easier to hunt and kill so that they can have their planet harvested for resources.
Okay.
So they look like wasps, and that's why everyone calls them that. The story is centered around a group from northern Montana that hides out and has to fight off the wasps by creating the world's largest fly swatter out of chain link fence and an old Ren Fair's fucking catapult. The plan falls apart around halfway through the book when they realize that once they launch the thing and it hits the first wasp, they have to spend 2.5 hours getting it back ready to hit the next one. Was that close?
It is fiction.
Hey?
There are wasps featured in the novel, but it's sort of this thriller mystery about...
Oh, it's waspy people.
About this teenage boy who lives with his dad in, I think, Scotland. And
they get attacked by Eurotrash, snide Eurotrash.
Well, the
wasps, no.
The kid's mom like left the family over a decade ago, but the kid sort of starts to suspect that his dad had something to do with his mom's disappearance.
Right.
And so the kid is very like maladjusted because of it. Yeah.
Because of the wasps.
Right.
Okay. Right. That seems like maybe the title should have been something else. Mine is for sure better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Was there one more?
One more.
One more. Woot.
All right. Running the Books.
Running the Books.
Mm-hmm.
That is a true story about a mafia accountant named Johnny Shine Shoes. No, I don't like that name. Johnny Two Dicks. And Johnny Two Dicks is sort of like he handles all of the finances for this casino that is run by the mob. And it turns out that he only really wants to dance. He never really wanted to do the books for the mob, and he just sort of fell into it.
Okay.
He went to school for dance, and they were just like, "Yeah, you can dance, but can you cook the books for the mob?" And he's like, "I probably could." And they're like, "Well, you're just gonna cook the books for the mob until you can get enough money to open that dance factory you want." And he's like, "Oh yeah, hope we don't get attacked by wasps." Right on
It's a
Mars.
tie-in. Oh, it's a tie-in to a couple.
This
different
is actually
ones.
this is their Avengers Endgame,
Oh, okay.
where the Elves meet the Rock Martians, meet the catapult fence people. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but other than that last part where I went off the rails a little bit, Is the beginning close?
That one, I would say that's the closest to any of the others that you've gotten. Running the Books is a nonfiction memoir about this Jewish guy who's going to Harvard. He's not really happy with like where his life is going, so he decides to take a break and he becomes a librarian at a Boston prison.
How is that close?
Mafia, prison, criminals.
What?
Yeah. Somewhat
It's,
close.
you know, it's not legal
Memoir-y.
to steal Martian rocks either. But anyway, I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sort of.
I want to do this again. Can we do this once in a while? Can
Sure.
we do part 2 next week?
Okay. Do you
I
want
want
to?
to do. I want to do part real bad.
Okay. Do you want me to get more book titles, or are you gonna give me movie titles?
Ooh, I don't know.
Why don't we get to this week's episode? We are back to Curse of Strahd.
Hey,
This is episode 114. Put a cork in it, Pops.
hey! I wonder what happened. I put a cork in your dad's butthole.
No.
That's the episode. Da 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 da. All I'm saying. Okay, so then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be angrily arguing with Adri as I slowly pump the fucking vacuum cleaner bag to put the smoke bitch back in the bottle.
Like angrily putting a lid on a
and I'm
mason
corking
jar.
it.
Stick a
I'm
piece of
se-
tape on there and you're writing information.
I'm sealing it with wax and I'm just going to write bitches, bitchy, bitch friend.
I'm sorry. Like, do you want me to heal you?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
nice.
This is pretty much my last good spell.
Yeah. And then I'm resting and I'm taking the bed since you can just meditate on the fucking
We have to go get
balcony.
Eric.
I have no spells. You go get Eric.
Can't, there's spiders.
You hear in the distance on the floor somewhere, do 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 do.
What?
What?
Someone's playing a lute.
And fuck.
To go get my dad.
Go fuck yourself. I'm not going. I'm already laying down on the bed.
Just see Kabir like angrily pulling like one of those eye mask things down.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck
no.
this. Fuck you. Fuck this house.
How close is the loot?
It sounds like it's coming from south. There's a door south of you.
I'm putting salt.
That's
around
cracked
the
open.
window.
It's already open.
It's cracked open.
So can I peek through it without touching it? Look, if there's someone close enough nearby that's going to be able to see it, they would have heard us fighting and arguing. So it's not like I would be letting them know that we're here.
No, that's not what I'm mad
As
at.
you-
I'm mad at you're entertaining another adventure. We have no spells. How much did you heal me for? Tell me the amount
I haven't healed you yet.
before you decide to change that spell usage to some fucking dad recovery spell.
I haven't healed you yet.
Oh my god, you better get on it. Roll those numbers right now.
I just want to look.
Right now,
I
roll
just
the damn numbers. I will throw this icon out of the roof, out of this window, and have it shatter on the floor.
You're not telling me about it anyway, so what
I'm
kind of
gonna
a
be-
threat is that?
Okay. All right. Okay. No, go ahead.
I just want to look.
Uh-huh.
David, what do my elf eyes see?
Red satin curtains hang from the archways at both ends of the south of the dark room. Between them in the center of the chamber stands a large ornate iron tub with clawed feet. The tub is full of blood.
Ew. And this is where the noise was coming from?
You can hear it through the room.
Like it, but I can't see anyone in there.
No. For anyone listening, he is flipping us off.
No,
One
it's
bird,
not.
two
It's
birds.
not us. It's not us, David.
No, it's very focal. Fuck your dad's bloodbath, okay?
This is not my dad's bloodbath.
I want to go to bed, and I can't
in bed.
if you're leaving,
I'm-
because then I'll get murdered.
Sleep.
Look, if there's
There's
someone,
supposed to be 3 of us, and now there's 2 of us.
if
And
there's
one of us keeps deciding to go on these little side quests to save nobody.
if there's someone in there, then they already know that we're here.
Did you not just say that exact same shit? Hit the tape. Go back. When she was pitching the idea of coming up here to save that person who needed to be saved, who now is residing in a jar on the side of the bed.
Can I see the whole room, David?
If you push the door open.
I still have spirit guardians going. I just want to see if anyone's in the room. And then I will come back and heal you. And then we can
disavow
rest.
this whole plan of action.
I'm going to push the door open.
As you do, a blood-drenched creature explodes from out of the tub and attaches to the ceiling, cackling maniacally as blood pours off its pale flesh, bony limbs, and stringy hair as it scuttles away and disappears.
Disappears where?
And so does the blood.
Who the fuck cares? It's gone now. Close the fucking door.
Through the door you see now on the sidewall, you can still hear the music playing.
But is it like coming from another room?
Yes.
Okay.
This will be the second door you've opened since I.
Is it a song that I have heard before?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's go to bed, close your eyes, quit opening fucking doors.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an old elven.
No, it's my dad. Or it's someone pretending to be my dad.
That's the one.
Okay. Fine. Okay, I'm going to shut the door. I'm going to go find a nice chair to sit down.
As soon as I'm asleep, she's going off walking.
Oh, I know
can
she is.
Fucking feel it.
I'm meditating.
So is the door open or is the window open or closed to the outside?
Closed, David.
Okay.
Jesus. Closed. I'm also going to prepare some stuff. I'm going to take every anti-vampire thing that I have and put it around the door frame.
Okay.
I am then going to lock both of the doors with a pick. Going to wedge it inside the mechanism so that they cannot be opened. I'm going to then stuff 2 of the sheets from Adri's bag, push them around the bottom, so no dust or ghosts or fucking whatever can creep in underneath. I'm going to get in the bed, but I'm going to sleep stealth. Going to roll a stealth check to
Sleep
look
till
like
sleep.
a pile of stuff on top of the bed.
All right. No, I do not blame you at all for doing what you're doing. You have a DM that likes to separate and be a dick to players.
All I'm saying is that this is all Rachel's fault and she did it. I'm not saying that it's your fault, David. That's your
I know.
job. But Rachel, as an employee, has gone off the fucking rails.
Way off the deep end.
I feel like you proofing this room was more so that Adri makes a bunch of noise if she tries to leave.
Oh, yeah. That's 100% what I'm doing.
Like you're just tying like bells onto the doorknobs.
I'm going to sleep for up to 8 hours. However long I need for the
8
long rest.
hours?
Shut the fuck up. You don't get to say anything.
What am I
to
supposed
me.
to do for 4 hours?
I don't know. Twiddle your thumbs. Contemplate fucking failing checks and hitting your friends and fucking arguing to save a person who wanted to kill us and her 2 friends. How about fucking complaining about the only thing that worked today twice? The 2 things that I pitched worked perfectly. The slide down the stairs and then the turtle back to get into the other room, which I didn't even want to go into, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we were here, we got, you know what? I'm just wasting my time. This is an argument I'm having in my dream.
Kabir, you hear a voice message into your head.
While I'm
How do
asleep.
you like How do you like my father's bed?
It's nice.
Good.
Are you trying to creep me out? Because it's not going to happen. Bloody bathtub just regurgitated a fucking hair clog that ran across the ceiling and then dove and disappeared. Your
Yeah,
dad's bed's not going to creep me out.
Yeah, She killed herself before I could finish eating her.
Don't care.
Didn't think so.
None of this matters to me.
So how long are you planning on sleeping?
As long as I want.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's why I'm sleeping. I'm the only one who knows that. You've been here for 1,000 years. I don't think you're going to leave in the 5-6 hours I got left on the sleep.
I have your friend locked up in a room.
Yeah, that's cool. Which one?
The wolf
Okay.
and the gypsy girl.
Okay. Look, the long and short of this is that we're going to win. It's going to happen. You can send as many townsfolk turned goth kids at me all you want. It's not going to matter. I'm going to sleep in your dad's bed, and I'm going to come downstairs and beat your ass. That's what's going to happen. It's already written.
Downstairs?
Upstairs, downstairs, underground, wherever. You're not up here, clearly.
Oh, heavens no. I haven't slept up there in a century.
So we're going to go back down to the poop water. We're going to go.
Oh, heavens, please don't, please, no. That place is disgusting. It's filthy.
I'm going to scoop a bunch
I
of
don't
jugs
walk
of it
in
up.
there.
I'm going to scoop a bunch of jugs of poop water up, thick ones. Comes out like old mayonnaise.
You mean
then-
you're going to make her do it?
Yep.
God forbid
And then I'm
you
going
actually
to
put your
hold
hands in
you
it.
down, and I'm going to force feed you generational amounts of butt mud. And I'm gonna get that fucking ghost to paint it. There's gonna be paintings of you drowning on feces. I'm gonna hang it in every
Speaking of which-
tavern, bar, and inn.
It is odd and interesting. I found Eric in the chapel.
Oh no, Eric.
Did you take my statue?
I did.
And you have it.
Yep.
All right. If I send a tray of food up, would you take it?
No.
It's only hospitality. You are at my house.
Yeah, but accepting invitations from things is sort of a iffy topic here.
Well, I'll have Sears knock on the door and leave it outside for you so you can come get it when you want it.
No thanks.
But you did do me a favor by killing the other you.
I am awesome.
You know Rahadin is dead.
You're all gonna be dead. What I don't understand what we're missing on this. Everyone says, not me, I'm not gonna die, and then they're dead. And then they don't say that anymore. And then the next guy goes, not me, I'm not gonna die, I'm way important. Dead. Next person.
Unlike
I'm
your
not
friend.
gonna die.
Unlike your friends, I can show you how to unlock the dark powers of the hidden temple.
I already know how to do that.
And yet you didn't.
Because I'm not a douchebag. You have to understand that the acclamation, the accumulation of power, right, isn't hard. It's not hard for me. But you can't go back once you do those things. You see what I mean? See, you're a weak-willed, little fearful child, and I've taught thousands of you over the years. You're nothing. Except you're a little richer, a little more status heavy than most. But I'm going to treat you just like I do any other child who gets out of line. I'm going to embarrass them in front of their friends. I'm going to spank them and send them to bed with no dinner.
Understood.
See, I'm sleeping in your dad's bed because I'm going to treat you like I'm your dad. So tell me, who's your daddy?
Enjoy your sleep.
Oh, I am. Night. Fucking prick.
That's when you start hearing the pounding on the doors on both of them.
I'm just going to mutter in my sleep. It's breakfast, whatever, ignore it.
It doesn't stop.
How long in my sleep am I, David?
Give me a D6.
Oh, of course, 6. Thanks.
Anytime. You know what? I'll be fair. I'll give you a D8. Go ahead and roll a D8 and see how far you got.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Motherfucker.
Sweet.
Dude, I swear to God, when you said D6, I rolled it. It was a 3. You said D8. I'm like, done. Woo!
So I have
See, this is how as a DM I get myself in trouble.
Oh,
And I have prepared my spells.
I have everything done and ready. Rock and roll time.
Now, don't say I wasn't nice to you guys.
Nice. Fuck you.
I ran you out of spells and I should have had them attack and just destroy you two right then. But
They're not going to get through my towel defense. Okay, come on. My sick ass
Dude,
towel
there's
blocking.
cracks in the walls. Could have gashes formed through the walls all along.
Yeah, and then once we're over here, Adri would have got them.
Oh yeah, enemies abound. With only you in the room.
I would have woken up, I would imagine.
You would have woken up to Ducknado.
I would have ran. And I would have greased and ran.
All right. So, 8 hours, you guys start hearing pounding on the door again.
For the 3 hours that Kavir was still sleeping and I was awake and already had my spells prepared,
Yes.
can I have looked through the room a little bit?
Of course.
Okay. Is there anything interesting?
The window is divided into 4 glass, tall planes, each enclosed by lit framework. 2 have, hinges, they locks. It's just a real nice ornate room.
Okay.
Now you do technically have access to the bathroom in the back.
I don't want to go in there. It's creepy.
Old bloody tub.
And the door that pursues past that, but they're not pounding on that door, they're pounding on the other door that's to the room, to the actual bedroom you guys are in, that's not the secret chamber.
Okay. I'm going to look at Kavir.
I'm so close to greasing under the door and setting it on fire.
I wouldn't do that.
Who is it?
You don't hear any voices from the next room.
Who goes there? I'm going to say, groan twice if you're a zombie. All right, I'm up. I'm going to prepare a glass of wine for myself that I have from my case, and I have some rations. Do you like lemon chicken?
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you.
I don't eat chicken.
Well, it was never established you didn't eat chicken. We just rolled with it, remember?
Well, no, originally David just assumed it, and then I rolled with it.
Okay. Well, I'm eating lemon chicken. You can have some lemons that I have. That's all you deserve, really. Some sour fruit. Here, eat this sour fruit, bitch. For yesterday. I've said bitch a lot, but I feel like it's well deserved in this one. I normally only save it for times when I really mean it, and I mean it so hard this game.
Okay.
Sorry. I feel like Jesse Pinkman, but in particular, this time, everything that we did was your idea. All I wanted to do was sleep in the church, take my new statue, and kind of show it off and brag about it.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you can have it. I'm going to hand you the statue.
Does it do anything?
It does all kinds of cool stuff.
Like what?
Well, before I give it to you, I'm going to use the augury power, David. And the question I'm going to ask, would it be good or bad to open this door?
Remind me, augury.
It lets me contact a divine entity that will respond to a question that I ask.
All right. Which door are you pointing at? Are you pointing at the door in the bathroom or the door in the main room?
The door with all the beating going on.
Oh.
You might want to look up the spell too, because there's some contextual.
Yeah.
So the GM chooses from the following possible omens: good result, bad result, good and bad results, nothing if the result isn't going to be especially good or bad.
So before I give it to Adri, I want to talk to God for a minute. I'm going to be very disrespectful. You let this happen yesterday. You're as bad as she is.
All right.
What's the frequency, Kenneth? It's
Wheel
REM
and woe.
song. Whoa?
Wheel and woe.
So both.
Good and bad? What an asshole answer. Nothing's cut and dry this episode. Everything's so complicated. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the sword that I slept with, the silver sword. I'm going to put it back in your sheath.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to give you the statue.
Thank you.
It's a foot tall, so it's not like you can hang it around your neck unless you really want to go that Mr. T life.
I'm going to put it in my backpack for now.
Okay. I'm going to open this door. God says it's both good and bad.
Okay.
So God didn't really answer is essentially what that means.
David.
Yes.
I cast Death Ward on myself.
I talked to God one time in this game, and you know what they told me? All fucking ask again later. All signs point to maybe.
Get a business. I'll please pray back again later.
Oh my god. 404. Connection lost. Shit.
You open the door, and the blazing hearth fills the fire in this room with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes. Their leather covers are well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mere finish. Even the poker in the stand next to the blazing fireplace is polished. Large, overstuffed divans and couches are arranged about the room. 2 chairs of burgundy color with wood-padded leather seats and black cushions face the hearth. A huge painting over the mantelpiece in a heavy, gilded frame. The rolling firelight illuminates a careful rendered portrait, the exact likeness of Irina Koliana. You see a zombie just kind of standing there about 2 feet in front of you guys.
Zombie butler. I'm gonna flick a gold at him.
He looks down, just kind of like it's focusing on the gold. Looks back up.
Service here is terrible, but the room's nice. 4 stars.
Is it coming at us or anything?
No, just kind of just standing there, just looking at you guys.
I've got like my sword and shield out. I'm like, should we?
You can go now.
I feel he's just standing there though. This isn't a fair fight. He's not doing anything. I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna like poke at the zombie with my sword.
Grr.
That zombie, what the fuck, bro?
Are you gonna fight me?
It looks back over his shoulder.
I'm gonna look in the direction it's looking.
Give me perception.
Dude, this is the greatest slow play of all time.
And nat 20!
If this zombie crits you because you're looking at
29.
You see off in the corner there's a book floating in the air.
Oh.
Open. A page getting flipped. The zombie looks back.
Can I kind of like nod towards the book for Kavir?
Yep.
There's something over there.
I'm gonna grab the book.
You gotta cross the room to grab the book.
Yep.
Alright. You hear a voice. Hey!
Hey.
Oh shit. You recognize the voice.
What? Are we hung?
I know, it's Victor. This is Victor Zombie. And that's Victor sitting invisible reading a book.
Is that true?
He pops out. What's up?
You were supposed to leave.
Dude.
I almost killed your zombie. I'm gonna like sheath my sword.
I asked a bunch of questions to the outside room. You didn't answer.
You don't answer me half the time.
Fuck off. This is important.
I didn't know who the hell was in the room. Just heard a bunch of noises in the room, so I put the zombie over there to look at the door. I figured if I saw his head roll, I'd bail in the room.
What's in the book?
Alchemist tomes.
Ugh, boring.
There's a lot of books here.
Good. Carry him back to my lab.
He looks at you. That ain't humanly possible.
I'm gonna take all the books and I'm gonna dump them into a bag. Are these
There
illusory books?
There is over 1,000 unique tomes.
I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the sheets from Adri's bag, dump all the books. These are actual books, not like illusion books, right?
No, these are actual like $80,000 worth of books.
Right. I'm gonna pile them all into the blankets that Adri has. I'm gonna tie them off, and then I'm going to tie them all connected with one big piece of rope, and I'm gonna feather fall and throw that shit as far as I can outside of the castle, and I'm gonna tell him to go take them to my lab. Do it. Go.
I found something cool though.
What'd you find?
It's behind the fireplace all the way back down the hallway.
I'll check it out. Go take the books back to my lab. And get
Yeah,
the fuck out of the castle.
Fine. He walks past you guys, looks at the zombie. Sorry. Snaps it and it falls down. Walks to the next room, looks at Adri.
See, like giving like the big eyes.
Yeah.
You can't be here. There's a vampire in this castle. There's multiple vampires.
Don't shoot.
in this
Yeah.
castle. Yeah.
There's this weird one that like brushes himself in front of a mirror all the time.
It was Escher.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a dweeb.
He was a rapper back in the day. He was MC Escher.
Where did you see him?
He pushed his wife up the stairs though, so he lost his record deal.
He was up on one of the upper stairs. Chinakote is an idiot though. He got locked in a room.
He does not know how to do the door.
Well, if he was nicer to me, I would have unlocked it. But
This is a bad time to be so petty.
Victor, you can't be here. It's really dangerous.
I was trying to steal the hag's book.
And now all the books are down there, way
No,
over
no, but
there,
there's
outside of the castle.
There's a evil spell book up there,
I'll get it.
and there's a floating servant thing around here that has another one. I think it's you know whose.
I'll get that one too.
I got dibs on you know whose.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
We'll negotiate. But I want all of those books in my lab.
Yeah.
Don't put them up on the shelves either. Just put them in the stacks like they're supposed to. You know how to take care of them.
I do. He walks to the room and opens the window and undoes it and walks off the balcony and levitates.
Actually, leave this time, Victor.
Crosses his fingers.
I'm inciting.
Uh-huh.
Inciting Victor. I rolled a 1.
He can come back if he wants, but he just needs to get those books in my lab like now.
Anytime, man, Adri.
He's definitely not coming back this time, I'm pretty sure.
Hugs and kisses.
I like how
Beating-
David was like, "How are you going to get all these books out of the window?" I'm like, "I'm going to tie them up in the blankets, tie a rope
That's not
on,
gonna-
feather
that's-
fall, throw."
That is not
Okay,
gonna work.
next thing.
That's
It
not
did
gonna
work.
Okay, you can't cast Featherfall on an object. You can only cast it on a creature. How is he gonna drag 1,000
how can I not
books? Like the
How
weight
can I?
is insane.
Featherfall can be cast on an object.
Choose up to 5 falling creatures within range.
How much do 5 falling creatures weigh?
That is 1,000 books weighs more than 5 people.
Do they?
Yes.
What if they're like really big people? Right? Like, what about a starting 5 for a basketball team? That's more books. What if I took the zombie skin, wrapped it in, shoved books in it?
That you would not have enough for 1,000 books.
Huh? What about a spider?
It could not carry 1,000 books in one go.
Not in one go. They're just all tied, and once one person's
Featherfall lasts for a minute. How is he gonna move
just needs to get over the wall.
1,000 books?
Teleportation circle being drawn on the ground.
Don't come back.
That's what she said.
This is not a playground, Victor.
Hold on, I'm looking.
There's a
something up.
vampire running around.
Yeah, he's cranky. And he's not happy you called him. You said, "Who's your daddy?" He threw a chair through a window. Whole castle heard that shit.
Oh god. Victor,
I'm out. By the way, your dad's in the next room.
which one?
The nice one,
Okay.
I think. Not the one I left with the wolves at the place.
Okay, so this is a conversation that a bunch of DMs are having. Can casting Featherfall on a ballista bolt make it travel further? Right? Which no, but because physics it would slow it down. It wouldn't have the whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so you can cast it on items. Apparently, nobody here is questioning whether it can be cast on items.
I am, because of the spell description.
Victor uses a teleportation circle to move them.
Okay. It's up to David
No.
whether or not it works. But I'm just saying, as the spell reads, you can only cast it on creatures.
What part of creature is implicit? Like, if a person's dead, does that person count as being able to be featherfalled?
They would still be a creature.
What if I was going to make a book golem out of these? That's the same thing, right? It doesn't have any
That's not a-
sentience, but it's made of parts.
Is a construct a creature? Isn't it just a construct?
You'd be able to cast on it, wouldn't you? The rules as written are weird because the rules as written don't work. They fall apart. So perception needs to be part of the toolbox. if we're saying on people, if it's a mental effect, then no, I couldn't cast it on a book because it doesn't have a brain. But if I could cast it on a dead person and they could feather fall, they have no sentience in them. They're just essentially goop and bones, right? What's the difference between goop and bones and wood and leather? It's just stick bones. That's all paper is.
Well, I'm not DM, so I don't get to decide this.
But if you were a DM, what would you say?
Books are not creatures.
So no feather fall on dead things then, right?
I would say a dead thing is still a creature.
Why? What part of it? The soul has left the body. We acknowledge that since you're a cleric and you have to bring souls back.
Soul what makes something a creature?
A creature is alive, correct?
A creature can be alive.
Right, and a creature can be dead,
Yes.
right? Right, so a golem could be made of books.
I would have to look up things about constructs. I don't know.
I can
how
make
they
a
work.
construct. I can make any one of these books sentient by adding a soul to it.
Well, then that would just be for that individual book. Then
Right
it
now,
wouldn't
what
be
if I
for
put?
1,000 books in a sheet, which you couldn't
Why
do
not?
anyway. You cannot fit 1,000 books in a sheet.
No, I'm multiple sheets.
You can't. Those are individual books.
No. I'm going to put like 30 or 40 books in a stack, wrap the sheet around them, tie them up, then tie them all together with one big piece of rope, right?
Mhm.
That now is one solid item.
It's an item, not a creature.
At the mass of less than 5 large creatures,
That's not for 1,000 books.
then only the really good ones. How about that?
Well, Kavir is arguing.
There's no argument.
The
We
books
decided
are-
to use the teleportation circle to appease the anger of the duck god.
I'm not DM, so whatever David decides goes.
That's not how this works.
Just
Everything
know
has to go through Rachel. All things ebb and flow according to the whims of the great.
just
The
know
almighty
message.
editor.
that if it doesn't follow with what I think it should be, then
She clips it
I
out.
recognize that the council made a decision. It is a dumb decision.
This is not a dumb decision. These are spells. They're made by people who are neurotic about detail, and that is exactly how I'm treating it. You know what? If nobody was neurotic about the detail and usage of a spell, then there would be one fire spell, and it would just be like spark. Nobody would be like, what happens if you use spark on top of itself multiple times and use a lot more energy and rip the plane of existence that sparks the fire and creates, a destruction spell of larger quantity that would rip and explode. They'd be like, that's stupid. That's not how the spell works. I'm like, no, but that's how magic is developed. So maybe Featherfall is in its early stages of Kavir manipulating it into Bookfall. Book rain. Fucking tempest of pages. Who knows?
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna check out where Victor said my dad was.
DM,
Yes, sir.
I would like to call into question the motives of my fellow teammate. Everything's my daddy this, my daddy that.
Court is ordered.
This is Dungeons and Dragons, not Sanford and Sons. Or Ducky and Daughter. So, I'm just saying. Every move that we have taken in the last 3 games has been motivated by Daddy and his stupid magic flute or his fucking lute or his fucking ocarina or whatever.
You know what? You had me save your ex twice, even though she is at some point going to stab me and poison me to death.
She's going to try to do that to me too.
Then why save her?
One time, I asked you to do it twice.
Yes.
You saved her twice.
Yes.
How many times have we saved your dad? How many times have we not killed your dad or not dealt damage to your dad? And you have 2 dads.
And they're both important.
I have 1 ex you've met twice.
And she's horrible.
Oh, you don't like my ex. Well, I don't like your dad.
Wow, this sounds like a really bad relationship. Just saying.
Let's go back to the chapel. I want this annulled.
Right? I don't like your ex. Well, I don't like your dad. You met my ex twice. I met your dad more than that. I don't fucking like him at all.
I don't like either of your dads.
Both of them. This is a modern campaign. I don't like both of your dads.
Not to mention, every time we hear music, we got to go run to it like we're trained
Because
rats
it might
or
be
something.
my dad.
It might be your dad.
Yeah.
on the off chance that your dad is playing music somewhere in 50 miles, we have to
he's
travel
a
there
bard.
immediately.
He plays music. It's what he does for a living.
He tried to kill me too. So
Okay, well, your ex has tried to kill me as well.
remember when he brought his friends and tried to kill all of us? One of them who chewed on my face and drowned me in a river. Remember him? We're really going to talk about the perceived... I'm not allowed to make books fall. But this bitch over here can make me have to say I'm sorry to the leader of the drowned god. How many times? First, it started with the kidnapping of children, which we all turned a blind eye to because I don't know why. I never did, but everyone else did, so I just rolled with it. Then it was, oh my God, my dad, he's a fucking whatever. Then she tried to get Boner Town with Mirror Me, which is not cool.
Didn't.
Which is not cool. How is that not sexual assault? That's my body too.
That was not what happened.
Yeah. Me too? As in Mirror 2.
Oh, Lord, he went there. He went there.
That's me. That's me too. It's also me, is what I'm saying. Then I told everybody in our party, he's bad, don't listen. They're like, you're the bad one. And I'm like, I'm not, because I listen to my thoughts. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure by this, what is this episode? This one will be what, like episode 100? 90, something like that?
Uh-huh.
I thought for sure after that many episodes, people would be like, yeah, Dee's probably right. He's been right every other time. I'm going to open another Red Bull out of anger. Listen to this aggression. Oh, we would like a sponsorship. I know you guys normally do like skateboarders and shit, but this would be good to get in on this early. All right, I'm sorry. We can clip all that. I'm angry though. I'm so mad. Okay, let's go.
That was an awesome rant.
Let's go to your dad again. Let's go see what he wants. Probably to kill me, but it'll be fine.
What if maybe you should stay here?
Right, because that'll work. Nothing else in this castle is dangerous. Especially not the bloody bathroom tub that ran across the roof and we just don't know where that went.
Don't go there. That's terrifying.
You're right. I'll go the other way through the spider hall. Or maybe I could just take a relaxing cruise down the shit river in the basement. This castle sucks. Castle sucks. It's the worst castle. Who lives here? Right? I thought up until this point, the worst castle was the Beast's castle, right? Because it was like a bunch of sentient furniture. I can't even take a shit without the damn toilet looking up at me going, what are you doing? That's my mouth. It's like, okay, gross. I get it. Everything here is alive. Right? It's like you go to sleep, you wake up and the bed's like, you smell pretty. I'm like, oh, God, creepy ass fucking castle. I like it when you sleep on top of me. I'm like, ugh.
Oh Lord, I never thought of it that way.
I just want to drink a cup of tea without the cup orgasming from my lips touching it. You know what I mean? It's like gross. I didn't put creamer in this. What is happening? On top of that, I thought like the monstrous beast in there was going to be the worst, but we come here and it's worse. All I wanted to do is make books float. All right, back to the game.
Okay.
I wonder what Adri's dad's doing. Probably fucking planning a murder and playing a flute or something. Here, have your weapons back.
No, I'm not giving him his sword back yet.
Yet. She said yet.
Yeah, after we kill Strahd, then I'm going to give him his sword back.
I want to give him his sword back in his belly.
No.
Why would it be wrong to put your dad in a jar? So he would stop, murdering people and eating their flesh. Is that wrong?
We don't know that he murders people.
Is he alive?
Is
he still functioning and he's a vampire?
we don't know that he has to murder someone after he feeds on them.
You're right. I'm sure he's a vegetarian vampire.
He,
He just drains lettuce. Just sucks the juice out of a cucumber.
I'm gonna go see if my dad is still there.
I'm going, but I'm going under protest, David.
All right.
I'm
that
not
on your
making you.
As you open the door to this 30-foot wide, 40-foot long room, a sweet yet pungent smell of decay fills the room, in the center of which stands a long oak table. A blanket of dust covers the tabletop and its fine china and silverware. In the center of the table, a large, tiered cake leans heavily to one side. The once white frosting has turned green with age. Cobwebs line the dusty lace of cobwebs line the dusty lace of cobwebs line the dusty lace.
Looking up at the ceiling, David.
I know.
Spider cake. That's what this is.
On every side of the cake, a single dull figure of a well-dressed woman adorns the crest of the cake. Suspended above is a web-shrouded chandelier of forged iron. An arched window in the south wall is draped with heavy curtains. Resting in the wooden stand by the window is a dusty lute, and standing quietly in the southwest corner is a tall harp, shrouded in cobwebs. And at the head of the table, with boots up on the table and the chair leaned back, you see a wood elf playing a lute.
Is it my dad
Yes.
or some other wood elf?
Yes.
I am looking at the roof. I'm looking everywhere. He said spider adorned, spider webbed, cobweb, spiders on things.
It looks at the two of you. It's you two making all the noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so what creative way will you use to attempt to murder us with impunity this time?
I don't have any orders right now. I don't
Oh.
have to.
So Sunday fun day.
I had orders till about 30 minutes ago. I guess you worked them.
What were your orders?
Hunt you down and do what I have to stop you. But he
I'm
said he
gonna-
wanted you. He said he wanted you to himself.
I'm gonna look at Adri. Hunt the two of us down. I'm
Not
sure.
her.
What? That's two.
You have another friend in the castle.
Oh, never mind. I guess he's okay then.
He can't help it.
What
Like,
does
he
that
wouldn't-
mean?
He wouldn't do these things if Strahd wasn't making him.
What?
Like he wouldn't hurt anyone, but like because Strahd has given him these orders, he has to obey them.
I'm gonna look at Ludo. Ludo, do you think that you're a good person for the things that you've done?
Since I've been in Barovia, no.
Listen to Daddy. He know the answer.
But that's because of Strahd. And once we stop Strahd, he won't have to do bad things anymore.
Rick James made bad music because of cocaine. It doesn't mean Rick James is a good person.
I don't know what that means.
Listen to Rick James, you'll get it.
He's a musician, human musician from before your time, daughter.
Oh, he's a brick out house. He's fucking dirty. Gonna get Brendan to clean him out.
You haven't seen the other you recently, have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
we engaged earlier.
Okay.
Got engaged earlier.
No,
This is hot.
he's not as good with the sword as I am.
You'll teach him. And once you guys start sword fighting on the reg. David. Thrust, parry. Who's Perry? Another one is a guy I knew back from the docks.
He pulls out a handkerchief and kind of lobs it on the table near you guys.
He lobbed
There's
it? What kind of weight?
Well, there's something in it that weights
Oh.
that's weighing it down.
I'm gonna grab it. I
It's just
guess.
kind of bloody.
I guess I'll take it.
You open up, there's a hand in it.
Hey, add it to your collection. You want to put it in your bag?
God, I hate those things.
It's his,
Whose?
the other me.
You took his hand?
In marriage.
Well, yeah.
They're so literal here in Barovia.
You should have seen how fast he gassed out.
Mm. Wait a
I'm not
minute.
saying he ain't good, but
Wait a minute.
he's
I-
not the
every-
swordsman I am. He
Everyone
gives you a
needs
smile.
everyone needs to halt for a second, and I'm gonna sit down at the table where he's sitting. Right. I want to look at Adrian. I'm like, please take a seat.
Are you gonna make a bunch of hand puns?
No. Who is the bad guy if your dad attacks your dad? Huh. One of them must be bad because they attacked your dad. But he is your dad. So who's to blame here? Neither one of them could help it. So it's no one's fault. And yet someone was harmed. And they're both your dad. I could not have asked for a better situation than this.
I think so. Luda just looks at you and he continues to play. So you having fun in the castle then?
At least when we hear music, it won't be the other one because your dad cut his hand off.
Hey, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Single-handedly, your dad will no longer play music.
I'm not mad at that.
I've got to hand it to you. It was fantastic.
Just a flick of the wrist.
So what are
Oh.
you? So what are you doing now? You just hanging out in here?
He's got this
Okay.
situation handled.
I kind of can't leave the castle,
Uh-huh.
but I'm trying to. Most of us have free reign when he's not inflicting his will.
What's your favorite kind of tree? Mine's a palm. A palm tree.
Now, when Strah's not inflicting his will upon us, most of us are free to roam the castle as long as we stay in it. My field trip privileges have been revoked.
Oh my god. Handkerchief.
Plus, Piddlewick's here in the room, so it's nice to talk to him.
Piddlewick?
That's what he named his hand.
No, you play the harp, and the ghost of a wee little lad will pop.
So many ghosts here.
You know how many people have died here?
Probably a lot.
How many did you kill? For my records.
More than years you've been alive?
Huh.
Okay, well you've killed people too, so
Bad people.
and once we kill Strahd, it's not gonna hurt any good people anymore.
Right. He'll just spend the rest of his life in jail for all the murders he did.
No.
That's not how murder works? You don't get
It's-
punished for
He's
murders?
not-
What would your mom say?
Well, we can ask her.
Here, don't cross that line.
What line?
The Thrasta line. I'll
Look.
tolerate you talking about me, but don't bring her into this.
I'm asking her perception of what a situation that you're in is.
Her mother would kill me.
No.
Cold-blooded, put the
You
sword
don't
through me.
You don't know that.
You've never faced vampires
We're
with
gonna-
her. I
Okay.
have.
Okay, so we're gonna fix this whole situation before we go see Mom.
You bring all those people back.
Hold up, wait. You're planning on waking her up?
Yes. But it's gonna work, so
I'm going to lean back in my chair. I'm so happy with the situation I've created.
She doesn't need to see me like this.
okay, we're gonna fix that. And then we'll bring
We could blind her.
She wouldn't be happy with you working for him.
I have a job. She's gonna be so proud of how I got a job.
You sure it's a job? Because what I heard from the other room sounded a whole lot more. What's the word? Relationshipy.
Like a job.
That's not in the contract.
Like no, we have a contract where I work for him for 3 years,
You know, it's
which is like nothing.
not in our years.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
if he
look
has
how old
3
we
years
are.
left.
We're so old. Look at us. Look at how cool and old we are. I'm older than both of you.
But we're gonna
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Trust me. Older than both of you.
he always says that, but he's wrong. But look,
Have I
we're
been
gonna
wrong
fix-
about anything ever?
We're gonna
You've been wrong about hiring her. Look at the trouble she got you into.
Oh, yeah. No, I have a
no.
bad problem with fucking employees. They're nothing but trouble.
That green ape you hired before her?
He is such a fucking asshole. He just left. He had 2 years left.
You should take him to court over that shit. Get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
Make him pay you in goat for.
Oh, good lord. So then I get this blockhead.
hey.
And then all
Hey.
she's... Your genetics, motherfucker, not mine.
She got the color tone from me. The blockhead, though, that was her grandmother.
Ugh.
What?
Blakena. Blakena lawalu. That's Elvish for lawalu.
But in defense, actually, I liked her grandmother.
Yeah.
Because her grandfather was a douche.
Yep. It's always the dads that cause the trouble.
It is. Mine was a douche. So I became a musician.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say as well. Your dad's dad was a douche. Your dad was a douche. And you're a musician. That's exactly the line of thinking I was thinking.
What you want, Kavir?
I want to get out of this building. I need to know where your leader is so I can chop his fucking head off.
Well, he sleeps in the very bottom. And not your shit like. There's a deeper room.
Deeper than the shit river.
As the catacombs is where most of us have residence at one point or the other.
Can you mark here where the vampire lord touched you? I'm going to roll out a map that I kind of etched out.
He takes the etching and writes on and just like marks an X on your forehead.
On my forehead.
He points down that's where his main crypt is. But where you are, he is.
On my forehead?
No, I guarantee he's close. He always is. He's probably been watching you all along.
Well, I wish we could just get this over with.
Yeah.
For a guy who's been keeping an eye on us and a guy who's been telling everyone not to deal with us because he's going to deal with us, I don't know why he doesn't just come out and deal with us. Maybe I can make fun of his wife.
I don't think he actually got married.
Well, you know what I mean.
Oh, you talking about the painting in the other room?
Mm-hmm.
No, she killed herself the minute he saw her kill. The minute she saw him kill Sergei, she pretty much threw herself from the tower. Her body was never found.
Well, I think I know where the other one is. The rebirth. Maybe that's the key.
The soul is the key. It's what he's been tracking all these years. She keeps popping out, and the soul keeps reappearing. That's why he's after that Ileana girl of yours.
Yeah, the Ileana girl.
Which
the girl
might be why he's that's probably actually why he hasn't moved on you guys yet. He's wondering where you have the soul.
Maybe that's what we should do. What do you think, Adri?
I don't want to put anyone in danger.
Or not Irina, sorry.
Irina, yeah.
Yeah, he has Irina though. But he lost his living shit and tore through one of the rooms when Tatiana's soul wasn't inside like it was supposed to be.
I know where it's at. You know, to be fun, how would you feel about us killing you real quick?
We're not killing
I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to fold my hands like I have a plan.
What are we talking?
Now, one of the hindrances in freeing you, releasing you from the command of Strahd, which he might very well make you do something horrible to your own daughter, one of the ways to beat that would be to have you dead before we go to fight him. So, if we kill you gently, not in an aggressive manner, quick, you turn to the smoke, you put you in a bottle, put you in my bag. Then, take care of your boss man, can't issue commands if you can't get back to your coffin, and then we let you go, get back to your coffin, come back to life. How's that sound?
Couldn't he just miss into a jar? And
I guess he could.
Hurt him.
I guess that'll work. I mean, I was just really looking forward to stabbing you, but I guess whatever.
You've been wanting to stab me since we first met, don't lie.
Oh, you pitched stabbing to me first. You fatherfucker. We forget about those early episodes.
Right. Now that we're at the end, we must look again to the beginning.
Gross. Don't talk about my end anymore. Let's do this. I'm going to put you in this bottle, yeah. And then we will go on, do that thing, release you and the other girl afterwards.
What other
that
girl?
Way, the psycho girl from...
Oh.
I think I met her sister. She was with this oaf dude and this drow.
That sounds about right for the town.
Yeah, they were at a circus or something, or a fucking carnival. I don't know.
Oh,
Is that where
that's-
you went?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's a fucking. It doesn't matter. They're irrelevant. They're super pointless children.
Suppose he's some long lost nephew of Strahd's. The
What do you
carnival
think?
owner. From what I understand the story, the other me used a bottle to get here and survive the transition.
I thought it was a health potion, in my defense.
Bottle would help.
Make you a deal. The sword he's carrying right now. You give it to me, I'll go in the bottle.
We're gonna need more detail than that. What is the sword?
My way to freedom. Outside of this. He's carrying a luck blade.
Deal.
Alright. He puts his lid down. He looks down at see this ghost kind of form on the floor. Another day, Piddlewick. Another day. He kind of taps the ethereal air for a second. The little thing kind of just looks up at him and disappears again. He gasses himself into the bottle.
I'm gonna put the cork in it, and then I'm gonna write on the front of it, "Bastard." I'm gonna write it backwards so we can read it from inside.
You kind of see almost a thick, singular object form in the bottle towards you.
It's a little tiny middle finger.
Yeah.
All right, one dad down. I'm gonna put it in my collection of
Can I? Do
vamp
you want me to
gas.
carry it?
No, I don't want you to carry it.
But it's my
You're a
dad.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want you to carry it.
I'm not gonna let him out until after
You're
we
a
kill Strahd.
liability. Plus, you are always on the front getting hit. We don't want to jumble any bottles.
Look at her face. She's kind of about to pout on you right now.
Just like he's really important to me.
Yeah, he's important to me too, because every time he's around and I'm not allowed to fight him, it hurts. That was the easiest defeat ever. It was just a long conversation, few hand puns. Done. I'm gonna take the harp.
Oh, huge ass harp.
How big is it?
6.5 feet tall.
I'm gonna
Weighs
feather
300
fall the harp.
pounds.
I'm gonna feather fall the harp and throw it at Victor.
Yeah, he's probably still actually building that teleportation circle. That bitch takes time.
I'm gonna drag the harp towards the teleportation. Take those with you.
There's a little ghost that kind of appears walking with you. Where are you taking that?
Take it into my lab.
Why?
Because I'm gonna give you a job, kid. Can you read?
Mr. Biddlewick never's read before.
Can you learn?
I don't know. I'm dead.
Ghosts get hit by cold iron, correct?
Yes.
Your sword has cold iron in it?
Mine does.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your sword. I'm gonna
This is my mom's sword.
just for a second. I'm gonna smack him in the face with it
Don't-
so it'll hit the ghost. Like enough to where it'll hurt, but not enough to where it'll deal damage.
Yeah, he kind of revolts from it. Ah!
Okay. Then I'm gonna swing it close to him, but not actually hit him this time. Does he flicker? Does he?
Oh, yeah, he flinches.
Hey, look, you can learn. I'm gonna hand the sword back to Adri. Fantastic. I'll teach you to read. I'll give you a job.
Okay.
Deal. Victor, put this behind my desk.
He's actually outside with the teleportation circle getting it all done up.
Oh, god damn it. Message
You-
Victor and tell him to come
Okay.
get this harp.
You said I can't come back.
Get the harp.
Fuck. Cats levitate again. All the way up again. In the window. Looks at the harp.
I'm dragging. It's really a big harp.
The fuck? Dude, you're like horrible.
Look, get down there, run back to town, tell them you need some carts from my fucking stable that I own. Or that I don't own anymore, but I did for a long time. They owe me.
All right.
Then you load up all the books, load up the harp, take it to my lab. This is like really easy. We gotta go deal with an existential evil. You gotta move a fucking harp. You're living the fucking dream over here.
I'd rather be fighting existential evil. He gets the heart moved in position and look.
Then the ghost has to like, ah!
He's like, I can't push this off the cliff. He starts crowding ropes and working on a pulley system in the room, trying to find a way to lower it down without dropping it.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, The Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. And if you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius as Master Kabir the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adri the Ducky Cleric, Jake Sipple as Chunikote the Lupine Loose Cannon, and last but not least, our DM and Dr. Midnight, David Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.
And music by me and Lichgate, my band. Oh yeah, this is a great intro.
Okay. All right.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
La 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 la. So getting my levels.
Okay.
Getting my levels. Okay, you ready?
Ready.